Hello, everybody. So this one is going to be a bit longer. You can hit for the two times because we're pushing the extremes of TikTok on this one. Um, but I wanted to get as much of this video in as I could because honestly, I think this is the best roleplay session that we've ever had.
You got people like Archibald Fairchild working with your fucking guards. You don't know shit about your city.
Actually, Mr. Fairchild, we know exactly what kind of business he's into.
Even worse. I care less what you have to say then. Put me back in my cell and just let me know when you're gonna kill me.
Here's the thing. We were going to sentence you to death. But the man that you seemingly hate beyond reason has spoken on your behalf. And he has asked for leniency.
Motherfucker.
He's told us about the plight that has befallen your family. And I know that you are from Altdorf, and I know that your family was once very highly regarded. And then I know that there was a fall from grace. My understanding is that once your parents died, how did he phrase it? I believe he said your inexperience and lack of business skills or acumen led to your fortune being not used in the best manner.
Did he tell you how he undercut every deal I ever tried to make? He was one of the sole reasons by which I spent the money I had on booze.
You mean he was your competitor?
More than that. He wanted what I have, and he would resort to any means to get it. The same way that your dock workers willing to steal from ships from Bretonia. Same reason that your dock master has to charge for information on where a ship is under the table, extort people coming in that are trying to do good, honest work. You think Archibald Fairchild is my saving grace, I'll fucking have you know that I don't care what he had to say on my behalf. I'm probably the opposite of whatever he had to say.
You weren't destitute. You don't deserve any pity. And now we find out you're a warlock who's sold your soul to the Queen of Air and Darkness, and
Well, that's all true. But to make it seem like it was just me spending the money, which did play some of the blame, but to make himself seem like a golden knight that's trying to save me and take pity because he was just a competitor and taking advantage of my state is understating the actions he took.
I'm sure there is some level that how that the businesses went down was nefarious. There's always is. If you're dealing in business, no one earns the amount of wealth that he possesses, and quite frankly, that your family possessed, without stepping on a few throats.
Leave my family's name out of this. You didn't know my parents.
You're right, I don't. But I do know people that have wealth that equals or rivals or exceeds yours. And they would walk over their grandmother if it meant they could earn a little bit more gold. Can you say for certain that your family did not do the same?
I never got the chance to ask.
And now you'll never know. And that is why Archibald was asking for leniency. Because in his view, you never stood a chance. You were never raised to a point to see exactly what the business world offers and what it entails. And your fall is beyond your control. So, we look at the situation as it stands. You killed a man. You don't deny it. You are willing to defend your friends and say they had nothing to do with it. Do you have any remorse on the fact that you killed this man?
Yes. It was a flare of my temper. I wish I could take it back. I wish there was some way for me to tell that man not to give in to the temptations that he was dealing with.
So, how I would rule on this. I will not kill you today. But you're also not necessarily free. You will be allowed to leave accompanied by your group. But if you are successful in saving the world, making sure that we all live to see the next year dawn, once you return, you will be sold into slavery under the services of Archibald Fairchild, and you will serve him for the remainder of your life. That was the conditions of him talking us out of taking your head at sundown.
I'd rather you hang me today.
That decision is not yours to make.
We always have a choice, one way or another.
You're right. You walk out these doors, I cannot stop you from killing yourself. But he looks over at the priest, he just kind of like nods slightly and says, how's your patron going to feel about you taking your own life? As I understand Warlock pacts, and I'll be honest, I am no expert. Your soul is not yours to do with as you please. And you said she wants you actively saving the world.
You could tell Archibald, sure, I'll abide by the rulings of this court, but that still means I have to come back here.
And Judge, it kind of gets like a smile that there's a little bit of cruelty in it. He says, you can tell him yourself. He points down to the end of the room, past the two guards that are blocking the door, says, he's waiting outside for you. And that, I think, is where we're going to stop tonight.
Oh.
That was good. That was really good.
I hate it. I love it. I hate it so much.